Hi, this is Yolanda Van Veen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to prune rose bushes. Now, rose bushes come in every shape and size, and they're just beautiful. They're really easy to maintain and take care of, and there's a few simple pruning rules. Basically, you don't want to prune your roses back more than 1/3 of the entire plant at one time. And the best time to prune them is in the middle of the summer when they've bloomed and they're kind of quit blooming and you want to get a second set of blooms on them. Just cut off all of the dead blooms off of it and any real lanky growth, about 1/3, trim it down, and you'll get a new set of blooms for the fall, which is always gorgeous. And then in the middle of the winter, I like to go through and trim it down at least 1/3 as well. And the trick is, if it's new growth or really weak branches, trim them really strongly. The main branches of the plant you only want to trim lightly because you don't want to trim them down too far either. And make sure, again, don't trim back more than 1/3 of the plant. And the rule of thumb too is for every 3 branches, cut one out. And then that way the next year that the plant can concentrate on those remaining bushes and you'll have even more lush, gorgeous roses. And my rule of thumb too is once that flower is bloomed out, just cut the whole bloom down at least to where there's a point where there's other leaves. You don't want to cut it to the very bottom either. I like to cut it down maybe halfway, and then that way it'll shoot out new flowers. And you never want to cut it all the way to the stem where it's going to meet, because then it won't encourage new growth. But if you cut it to where 2 leaves meet, you will find it'll shoot off more roses. The great thing about pruning or cutting out your roses is that even if you go to town and cut it really far down, it will eventually fill in. And anytime there's dead branches or weak branches or any branches that don't look just quite right, just trim them out and you'll find new lush rose branches will fill in.